Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. I have a very exciting video today, and I don't think I've really done a whole lot with this planner on my channel, and this is my 𝗦𝘃𝗁𝗁 Weeks and the Bunnies cover, and it is my garden journal. And today we're going to be planning out the week of Thanksgiving, which doesn't really involve a lot of gardening, so it's going to be more of a fun decorative spread because I'm not going to be really using this that much because I will be cooking and doing lots of other things. But I do want to say this video is sponsored by the Washi Tape Shop. So the Washi Tape Shop kindly sent me some of their seasonal tapes to try out for you guys, and as I've talked about lots on my channel, I'm a huge fan of the Washi Tape Shop. I have been using them for years, and I'm so happy to be able to share some of their newer tapes with you and give you a discount if you wanted to use one. I do have, like I said, a discount with them. It is Danielle 10. You get 10% off your purchase, but right now I believe they do have a promotion going on. So without further ado, let me show you what these tapes look like, and then I'm going to pick probably 2 of them and we're going to set up my weeks. So the first set here is the Kindred Bonds washi tape sticker set. And it's very animalesque, it's very fun, very, Disney still. This is that same artist that I love that does the carefree washi tape with the tall girls and the florals. I love that they also have one with the animals. I think it is super fun, but I don't think I'm going to be using this one today. The next one I have here is called Blooms in Vogue, and it is absolutely stunning. It has these tall girls on it with lots of florals, very springy, very pretty. But again, I think this one's too springy for what I want to do today. The next 2 here are kind of the same but kind of different. This one is called the Rose Noir, and it is gilded with some gold foiling, and this one is called the Cobalt Blue, and it is not gilded, but the print is kind of raised. So I'm going to try to show that to you guys. Here is the Rose Noir. This is honestly one of my favorite tapes. I purchased a couple more after this because I love it so much and I don't want to run out. I love the black roses. I love the gold foiling with it. It is stunning. They also have this in a washi tape version if you don't like PET tape, and same with the Cobalt Blue, which I will show you next. The Cobalt Blue looks a lot more vibrant. It has this gorgeous kind of raised tape to it. It's really hard to showcase on camera, but it is very noticeable in person. The washi tape version of this is also available, and it's the same exact pattern as the Rose Noir. It's just the blue version with a different kind of printing. Again, gorgeous. Honestly, both of those, both the Rose Noir and the Cobalt Blue, are very beautiful. But again, I've used these quite a bit, so I want to try something different today. Okay, so the next tape I have here is called Garden Glam, and it is so beautiful. It really reminds me a lot of Sailor Moon. It has these very dainty florals on it. It is super pretty. Not a lot of interesting print. It's just pretty flat, no foiling or anything like that, but it is very, very like dainty, anime-esque. I really do enjoy this one, and I'm going to be using this one today for sure because I really want to use some of these very beautiful, dainty florals that are on this one. And the last tape I have here is called Seasons Symphony, and they've had this one out for a minute, and I think this one is probably the coolest out of all of the bunch, and I will definitely be using it today. So it has almost like a planning-esque feature to it already with the days of the week there. It also has some other things in here like grid. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on my hand. Some fun stamping prints, very vintage cutouts with the stamps and the florals. It also has some like Dear Diary right there. And then there is also some days of the week notes, other just really interesting things that I think would work really well in any kind of planner situation. And that's why I want to use this one today. So they also have this in a sticker tape version. Basically, what the sticker tape version is, it's on a washi paper versus the PET tape, which they do have this in a washi roll as well. But the sticker version, you don't have to cut out each one of these individually. You just pull it straight off the roll, which again, I think is really fantastic. Saves a lot of time if you're, short on time, but you want to use the washi tape version. I personally like the PET tape. I think it's more fun. I don't know. So I'm glad I have this one to show you guys today. And this is definitely the other roll that I will be using. So without further ado, let's go ahead and actually get to planning my week of Thanksgiving. So like I said, for the week of Thanksgiving in my garden planner, I don't have a whole lot going on. So I'm just going to go ahead and format this out how I normally do. I'm going to use a few fountain pens because that's what I like to use to delineate my lines in my 𝗬𝗏𝗁𝗍 weeks. I think they look extra fun, and it just adds a little bit of extra to the pages. This is by no means necessary, and I definitely could do without them. It's just, I don't know, I have the supplies and I like using the supplies, so I'm going to have fun while I do this. So even though this is a holiday week, I do still have to do some kind of planning, because if you have a garden or animals that you tend to or anything like that, that doesn't go away even if it's a holiday. So I'm going to cut out, I think, just until the edge of here, and I'm going to cut each one of these out individually, and I'm going to lay them down. So when I use PET tape on a roll like this, I like to cut out sections, and then if there's a piece of the section that I do not use, I will store it in like a little envelope or even a little pouch. Sometimes I'll put it in like a little box just so I have the PET tape clippings for another use someday if I would like to use it. PET tape can be kind of weird, I guess, when it comes to usage, because if it's not directly on a roll like washi tape where you just lay it straight down in order, it can be difficult to use. But I find that in terms of using it like a sticker, it is much more feasible than buying individual sticker sheets sometimes, because the material is so unique, especially the PET tape. Obviously the washi version, there's plenty of shops out there that make washi stickers that are fabulous, and the tape versions can just, add to that collection if you'd like. But I feel like with the PET tape version, you're going to get something entirely different, and it's going to benefit your spread more in a way. And maybe that's just my opinion. I could be pretty biased with it because I do love my PET tape. And all I'm going to do with this is stick down each day of the week. And if you haven't watched my tutorial on PET tape, what you do is you take the edge of it and you roll your finger across the top. So I'm going to hold the PET tape firmly in two fingers, take my other finger and roll down. And if the camera can pick it up, it's stuck to my finger. And I'm going to pull the backing straight off, and it's still stuck to my finger. That's the easiest way I could tell you to use PET tape. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfect roll every time, in which case I highly recommend just starting again. So you basically take the PET tape, roll it, and if it doesn't start to roll, pick a different side and roll it again, and then you should be able to get a lift. So it's a little finicky sometimes, but like I said, I do like PET tape. I think it's really fun to use. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to stop using it anytime soon. It's just really nice. Also, I know that my placement of these is kind of cattywanker, or somebody laughed when I said that last. I know it's kind of off, like it's not straight, and that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I'm not trying to make this perfect. This is more of just a fun spread for me, since I don't have a whole lot I need to do for the week of Thanksgiving, since it's going to be a lot of back and forth cooking and planning out the day of Thanksgiving versus anything around it. A lot of my days are just going to consist of the daily chores, which is taking care of my chickens and then making sure that my plants are watered at least once this week. We do not have an expected freeze, which I'm happy about, but it is going to get kind of chilly, so I may have to take in my citrus trees because I do have those in pots. Okay, so now that all of those are down, I'm going to go ahead and just decorate this entire other page. So instead of having a master list of things to do like I normally do, or having a little daily section, I'm literally just going to decorate the whole page. And that is what I wanted to use this washi tape for, or this PET tape for. So like I said, this one is the Garden Glam, and I really want to use the actual first girl on the roll just because she's sleepy, and that is 100% going to be me after I eat way too much turkey and food on Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to take a very hardcore nap. So I'm going to cut out just this little section here. Okay, so now that I have the piece cut out, I'm going to cut each one of these out individually. If this goes too slow, I probably won't include it in the clip, but I would definitely say take your time with this if you like to cut it out a certain way. Otherwise, you can just stick the whole thing down on the page. I don't mind if things get cut off or if it's not perfect. Honestly, I find imperfection really humbling, and it makes me look back on things in a different way. It's like, oh wow, I was really more careful with this than this, or whatever. But I definitely want to cut this out kind of straight as much as I can. Oh, she's so cute. All right, now that I have all of these little pieces cut out, I'm gonna leave the small bits to the side for the moment because I want to place the bigger pieces first. I love the colors on this. This is so pretty. And I think what I want to do is, because I want to leave her against the thing here, but I also like the little lamp. I could honestly just kind of place that down how it was. Decisions. Actually, okay, I'm gonna trim this a little bit more. I'm gonna take the dots that are here just so it's not so straight, because I want the lamp to be more on the side than the girl. Because then she's more free to move. It's not as like constricting that she's straight. Versus this, I feel like I need to keep that straight. Okay, so I like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stick that down. And see, like I said, I can't get this one to peel right here, so I'm gonna pick a new side. And it peels. Another thing about PET tape, you can always lay it on your skin if you're worried about it not placing correctly, and this will help take some of the static off. Obviously, you're going to get your skin cells on the tape, so it may cloud the tape a little bit, but I find that on paper, it doesn't usually show that much because the paper is opaque and the residue of your skin, I guess, is not. That sounds really gross. Anyways, all I'm trying to say is that if you wanted to place it on a surface to make it not as sticky when you first place it down and to help to remove some of the static, using your arm or hand is a good idea. Also, when placing it down, especially big pieces, I start on one side and then move my way to the other side to help prevent any bubbling. Okay, so I really want to use these little butterflies too, and I want to just kind of place them sporadically on this side. I think I'm going to do like that. And then I also have these little pieces here, which I also kind of just want to do sporadically. So we're just going to stick them down. Okay, and then for this guy, I think I'm just going to stick him in the corner here. Because it would look really good here, but I feel like that's too much on one side of the page. What if I did a corner? I think this is going to add too much to it, so I'm actually going to hold off on using this. I'll save it with my little clippings pile over here. Okay, so the last few things that I'm going to do are actually more planning related, I guess. I am going to write out a daily routine over here because I do still have to make sure that things are getting taken care of in my garden, even though it is a holiday week. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw out what I normally do for my tracker, which is a little heading that says daily. And I don't really do all of these things every day. Some of them, yes, but other ones, no. It's more of I want to see which days of the week I'm doing those things or when I had to do those things, just so it keeps me on track of what all I'm keeping track of. I hope that made sense. But I do Monday through Sunday, and I like to track how many eggs we get from our chickens, when I have to do their waterer or their feeder. Their waterer is usually every day, but their feeder is not. I also like to track when I water my garden. Even in the winter months, I still try to water it at least once a week, just so that the ground is still giving life. I do have some plants that will survive the winter here, and some of our fruit trees as well. And then I like to track when we get our freezes, especially in the winter months, because it helps me see what I need to look for next year. And then I also like to track when we do any clearing in the back. So that is a ongoing process. We have a few acres and we are trying to clear out a lot of the brush, and getting it cleared out is a daunting process without having to hire out people. So it takes us a little bit longer, but we like to try to do it at least once a week. And that's all I'm going to be doing for now, just because this is, like I said, a holiday week, and it's going to be very chill. Chill for the garden, for sure. And then the last thing I'm going to do is letter in Thanksgiving on the date of Thanksgiving, which is Thursday. And that day will likely be mostly cooking and visiting with family and things like that. Okay, like I said, not a whole lot going on for this week, but I feel like this turned out pretty decent. Like I said, if you use any of these washi tapes or PET tapes from the Washi Tape Shop, I do have a discount code. It is Danielle10. I want to thank them so much for sending me these tapes to share with you guys and for kind of sponsoring today's video. So thank you to the Washi Tape Shop. If you are interested in any of the other things that I have done in this planner, I think I have a few videos about it, but I will shortly be having a setup for my garden planner for 2024, so stay tuned for that. But for now, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed some of these PET and washi tapes from the Washi Tape Shop, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!